Ireland take on Tonga tomorrow, looking to build on their emphatic victory over Romania last weekend. James Savundra is with them in Nantes for us. James, hello again. So, Ireland, number one in the world. They must be confident for this one, surely.
Yeah, they've won their last 14 test matches, Mike, and they're hoping tomorrow they'll move one step closer to getting out of what is the most challenging pool in Rugby World Cup history. And Andy Farrell's named a star-studded team to take on Tonga tomorrow. He's resisted the temptation to make wholesale changes with that test match in mind next weekend against the world champions South Africa. And it does mean that the captain, Johnny Sexton, has the chance to break another record this weekend. Last weekend, the 38-year-old became the oldest player to feature for Ireland at a Rugby World Cup, and this weekend he could break another record, and that's the all-time points tally set by Ronan O'Gara, 1,083. Sexton within 9 points of that. Earlier on today, we were at the stadium. We caught up with Tadhg, Furlong and Hugo Keenan after the captain's run, and they said they're not taking Tonga lightly.
Of course, we respect Tonga and their players, and I always you think of where they're coming in from, and it's the first game of the World Cup, but the players that play all over the world really, and it must be special for them to get their countrymen in a room and gel and bond for a prolonged pre-season. We're very lucky we get to do it majority of the time in Ireland, but it's a special tournament for them, and to spend it with their countrymen for a long time, so of course we respect them.
Throughout the pool there's tough games coming up, but like Tonga are serious side, serious threats and individuals across the team, so we're only looking at them, only focusing on this week.
Weight makes it heavy, it makes it hard because of the nature of it, and look, it's a big challenge. They have a big pack, and we have to be technically good,
I suppose I got my first experience of the travelling support in a World Cup last week. I think there was green all over the stadium, and yeah, we're hoping for the same tomorrow here in Nantes. And by the sounds of it, lots of Irish have travelled, and I know I have family over, and we're really lucky to have that support, and it's a great sort of help for us as a team to galvanise us, and it really makes a difference. So it's exciting for us, and hopefully it's exciting for the people of Nantes as well to host it.
So Ireland got off to the perfect start as their Rugby World Cup campaign last weekend, scoring 12 tries against Romania in that opening win, but they're expecting things to be slightly tougher this weekend against Tonga. Now, a slight change in the rules when it comes to eligibility means that Tonga are able to name 4 players who have previously played for the All Blacks and 1 player who used to be a Wallaby as well, but they've had mixed results in recent time. They lost all their matches in the Pacific Nations Cup. They do bring physicality, and they do bring that X factor and star quality as well, so Ireland will have to be on their guard. And there are plenty of Irish plans already congregating around the city ahead of tomorrow's match in Nantes. They'll be hoping their side makes it 15 wins in a row and move one step closer to moving out of a really challenging pool of this Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, I bet they do. James Savundra, live from Nantes. Thanks, James. Now, England's head coach, Steve Borthwick, has made 3 changes for the match against Japan. Carl Sinclair and Joe Marler come into the front row, and Lewis Ludlam has been rewarded with a start after he came off the bench in the win over Argentina.
I thought he did really well off the bench last week. I thought he was one of the best forms we had in the Six Nations, so to have the ability to start him and then to bring Billy Vunipola off the bench later in the game, I think that's a real strong position for us.
Is it a horses for courses selection in terms of the pace Japan could play at?
Well, I think whenever you're selecting, you're looking at what you want to do in the game, your game plan. I think you also got to still look at the opposition. And we play against a very strong Japanese side who have play in a very different manner to other teams, a very skilled team and a very fast team. What we try to do is ensure we have the right team to get the result we want.
How close is Billy Vunipola to full match fitness, do you think?
Billy Vunipola is fully match fit.
So it was just a decision that you want him as the impact, yeah?
As with every selection I make what I think is the right selection for us to get the result we want. And you'll see that across the team with the couple of changes I made, that I think this is the right team. I said last week that I expected the players to perform, and they did. These are big players and they perform on the big occasions, like the man next to me. And I expect that they will go out in another big game on Sunday night here in Nice and put in another big performance.
And both props changed. What's your thinking there?
Again, we brought in Joe Marler to start and Kyle Sinclair to start at Tadhg, so what a great position we're in.